salvage already?
Oh man, that's why we're here today.
Here. Come here. Come here. That is her blood. This is Dora. This was Dora.
Everybody loves Dora.
She was an 8-year-old child.
Is there anything that we can do to help you get her buried? Is there any ceremonies that we can help?
Ever since. We need money for the funeral. It costs $6,000 for a funeral.
Let me talk with my commander. We're taking notes of everything that you guys are giving us. We're going to present it to our commander. We're also going to try and get you the funds to bury a little girl and hold a ceremony.
What about you? I want to hear from you. How much are you guys paying?
That's not for me to discuss. That's up to my commander.
Yeah, so you just, what are you doing here then? If you're not gonna,
we're here to get the information to bring him back.
What information? That you killed a poor innocent little girl?
She loves you so much. You made her smile again.
I'm sorry, Bonnie. Anything you need.
Alright, so we learned that the female subject's name was Dora. She was 8 years old. And they're all poor farmers. They're definitely struggling financially. And they lack the funds to give her a proper burial.
Your first question was, why haven't you buried her yet? That's a rough question. I mean, you got to go through your condolence thing, you introduce what coalition forces are doing here. We're here to provide security and protection. It's a terrible accident. What will happen? What you know will happen is there will be an investigation. But the most important thing is while that's going on, is how do we mitigate this again? When you were talking, when they come up and they were angry, that's exactly how you were standing. You know what? You're trying to calm them. You know what I mean? So in this scenario, unless it starts to get violent and they're starting to be pushing and shoving, you don't have your hands on this thing. You know what I mean? You were trying to, you push it off to the side. Hey, we're trying to rectify the situation. If you've lost a family member, you can relate. You tie that in. I understand. I had a niece, she was killed. It's terrible. There's nothing we can do to bring her back. What we want to do is try to help the situation the best that we can. Okay, so what is it going to cost? Do you need transportation? Do they need help to get the coffin to the cemetery? What are their needs? What you're doing in all these scenarios is you're trying to assess, take back, and come up with a serious plan on how you're going to mitigate and limit the damage that this has done. Because this is certainly detrimental to coalition forces, especially operating in this area. You want to leave here and have the people be not throwing rocks at coalition forces. And no, we are working and striving to prevent this from happening again, and they're going to be taken care of. So what you're gathering information to create a plan for your command. So you have to ask questions that are going to solve any of his problems. You know what I mean? And what do you need to know? If you were the commander, what do you need to know? Again and again, hey, we are very sorry for this. Be personal. Touch them. Let them know that you care. That you're being intimate. I mean, they just lost their kid.
I was expecting more of a cookie cutter kind of situation where you approach specific people going through something and you try to help them figure out how to fix it or find a conflict resolution, and that it seems much more in depth than that. I didn't expect the training to be, like I said, so personal, but it's fun. It's definitely fun, and I'm enjoying it.
I wasn't expecting the depth and the amount of environmental effects that they added as far as family members and other people. I thought it was going to be pretty isolated. They definitely put a lot of thought and a lot of effort into this, more so than I expected. When we're dealing with people who are hurting or lost, to not be so focused on my weapon. I think I put off a standoffish, aggressive stance that I wasn't trying to portray.
I wasn't exactly expecting there to be many family members there, but when we were walking up and we saw them, we knew that the situation could go one of two ways. Either we go ahead and we're successful in consoling the aunt, or it could go sideways, and with the irate family members around, I mean, it could turn bad real quickly, so that kind of had me a little bit nervous. There's only so much you can learn from just sitting in a classroom and actually just writing down in a notebook. If you really want to learn to get proficient at your craft, then you have to get out there and you have to practice, like face-to-face encounters.
So I had the jitters, bad.
I felt legitimately threatened.
I thought that things were about to get kinetic. It definitely felt real.